You might call it an online power play. First, the internet changed the way millions of us listen to our music. And now comes the bigger and far more difficult job of changing political and corporate behavior. Our cover story is reported now by John Blackstone.
The digital revolution has been talked about for years, but now we're seeing how truly revolutionary it can be. The massive upheavals of the Arab Spring have been orchestrated by activists on social media, using Facebook and Twitter to get out the crowds and get out the message. Videos from Syria posted on YouTube are now providing a view of the turmoil inside a largely closed nation. But the shift in the balance of power isn't just shaking dictatorships, it's shaking corporate America as well.
At some point, we've got to say enough is enough. Please join me in telling Bank of America you're fed up.
Molly Catchpole wrote those words in an online petition she posted last fall after her bank, the Bank of America, announced a $5 monthly fee for debit card use.
It's like, are they paying attention to the news right now? Are they paying attention to the narrative that's happening in our country, which is that people are upset with the economy, they're upset with Washington, they don't feel like the government is working for them. They're angry and they're frustrated, and then Bank of America says that they're going to charge people to access their own money. And it just seems so unfair to me. This is a treat for you.
Not long ago, America's second largest bank would have little to fear from Catchpole, a 22-year-old who works at a nonprofit group, or from anyone like her. In years past, a petition drive could grind along for months as activists made their case one signature at a time. Now, no surprise, there's a website for that, like the aptly named change.org. Ben Rattray is the site's founder.
What we've done at Change.org, what's unique, is we've taken the world's oldest advocacy tool, the petition, and propelled it into the 21st century. And the modern-day petition mobilizes people more rapidly, more socially, in a way that's impossible to ignore.
The largest bank in the United States will begin charging customers $5.
Armed only with a laptop and a keen sense of outrage, Catchpole went on Change.org and started an online petition. 300,000 quickly signed.
Bank of America!
And Bank of America soon announced it was scrapping the proposed fee. The young woman with a tattoo that says empathy had won.
And I guess, yeah, now that I think about it, I didn't think I had a shot in hell of Bank of America backing down. And they did.
What does Molly say to you when this is all over?
People like Molly or the thousands of other people that start campaigns every single month are shocked at their own power, their own capacity to make a difference on things they previously couldn't affect.
And now they can.
And now they can.
All right, set up. Let's go.
On Thursday, a petition with some 250,000 signatures gathered online was delivered to Apple's flagship New York store, demanding better treatment for workers in China who make iPhones and iPads. Just last week, a top official of the Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Fund resigned after an online uproar that forced Komen to reverse a funding cut to Planned Parenthood. Lindsay Turrentine, editor-in-chief of CNET, a part of CBS, has been watching the explosion of online activism.
There's always been protest in the world, from the French Revolution and beyond. But now protest happens a lot faster, and big corporations and governments find that they need to react at a speed that they might not be comfortable with.
It doesn't have to be a life and death issue or even about money. In the fall of 2010, San Francisco-based clothing company Gap had a surprise when they floated an idea for a new logo online, replacing their decades-old blue square logo with this one. Customers howled. So they didn't like the new one very much.
There was a lot of passion about the changes that we had made. There was a lot of passion about the old logo, and it was really clear that they wanted to have a voice in the changes that we were making.
The Gap logo stayed put, and the company has a new sensitivity to what customers want. Marketing Director Olivia Doyne.
People feel very passionate about this brand, and they want to have a say in how we evolve.
And now you know that.
And now we know.
When lawmakers came close to passing anti-piracy bills, the internet response was even more pointed. The Stop Online Piracy Act and the Protect Intellectual Property Act would, many believed, squelch the freedom of the internet. For a day, major websites were dressed in black, suggesting the threat of censorship. The only thing Wikipedia users could look up was the name of their congressman. Spokesman Jay Walsh.
And it turns out millions and millions of people looked up their congressional representatives.
And not long until you heard those congressional representatives were saying, I've had some second thoughts about this.
Yeah, we knew that it would have an impact, but I don't think we quite appreciated how immediate and how rapid, and it was a wonderful reality.
What I think politicians found was that there's a whole very intelligent, very vocal group of people on the internet who are able to explain the complexities of these issues maybe even better than the politicians are able to do.
And the speed at which they can do it is astounding. On the social networking service Twitter, users can send a 140-character message instantaneously to everyone they know, anywhere in the world. For revolutionaries, it's a game changer.
It's a very different experience when you see the rush of military police coming at you and thinking it's you and your 8 friends, as opposed to thinking it's you, your 8 friends, and the rest of the world behind you.
Twitter CEO Dick Costolo presides over an office with no telephones, few walls, and staff members who never seem to let their laptops out of their sight. On the day we were there, Costolo sent a message, tweeted that he was talking with us. In this Twitter visualization, you can see it spread out from San Francisco to other Twitter users. But that was just a single tweet. This is what the Twitter universe looked like in the seconds following the Japan earthquake, or in the final play of the Super Bowl.
One of the things that happened a couple of years ago was we actually had some planned maintenance we were going to do to the service and needed to take it down, but it was during everything that was happening in Iran, when folks in Iran were using Twitter to communicate with each other during these protests, and we actually received a request from the State Department to please don't do planned maintenance while the folks in Iran are using your service to communicate with each other. And I think that was kind of phase 1 of the slap in the head of, this is really important.
Does every government, every company have to fear what may happen on Twitter now?
I think they have to embrace what's happening on Twitter.
This race has just begun.
From politicians to the biggest corporations, there's no avoiding the power that the internet and social media have given to those who were once powerless. After Molly Catchpole helped to defeat the Bank of America, she took on Verizon for adding a consumer fee and won that battle too. She's far from alone in aiming to change the world with no weapon but a keyboard.
I think there's a lot of stuff that has yet to be conquered, and I'm excited to help conquer it.